Hello and welcome to this weather alert. We did see a little sunshine today, but because the sunshine is going to be, we're going to have even a little more tomorrow, and we have this high humidity. And an approaching weather system. We have to worry about be on the alert for thunderstorms. But this is what the sky looked like today. Today it was finally nice to see some sunshine and blue sky after being stuck in the clouds for a while. The low clouds kind of broke up for a little bit. Even managed to stop at the lake in Massapequa for just a few minutes and take a look at the sunshine, which was nice. And then we were playing with the clouds, kind of moving back and forth. You could see they kept coming back in this low stratus deck. We had a mid alticumulus deck as well, some cirrus up there. Towards sunset, it was kind of pretty as well. So we kept kind of moving back and forth between that. And then we had mostly cloudy, so it kept going back and forth for a little bit. This is a line of severe thunderstorms, a squall line. It almost looks like a derecho coming across the Great Lakes right now. And this is going to be approaching our area tomorrow, and the concern is how is it going to affect us, obviously. Right now, as far as our area goes, not much going on. During the day, we did have some pop-up thunderstorms, showers, mainly over New Jersey. So if we rewind the radar, you'll see the kind of activity we had during the afternoon popping up inland. And these were slow-moving showers, so they kind of just hung around the areas. But as far as us here on Long Island, we didn't have to deal with any of that, fortunately. Looking at the satellite, kind of show you what was going on. You can see those showers popping up across the air. But we had breaks in the clouds, in and out. So it was nice to see the sunshine. Let's pan this over to the Great Lakes and show you the concern that we have, obviously. Look at these thunderstorms here. You'll see them in a minute. Look at that pop up right there. Look at that. Boom. Yeah, that's really impressive, and that's the concern we're going to have. We also have some wildfire smoke in the air too, which might wind up enhancing these as well. You can see the smoke. Actually, you could see it over there, and so let's go to the CONUS view with us. This is all with this big swirl in the atmosphere. You see it right here. Yeah, look at that. So that's impressive, and there's a lot of lightning. I'm pretty sure if we switch this to the GLM flash intensity, it's going to just go nuts. A lot of lightning with those. Yeah, look at that. That's almost solid. That's like strobe lightning going on. Let's look at lightning detector here. And look at this line here. Yeah, take a look at this. Wow. That's an incredible line of thunderstorms there. So we're going to look at this. Grand Rapids looks like they're about to get hit. That's a tremendous amount of lightning right there. I wonder if we can do a Michigan live camera. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if we can go to Earth Cam. They have some cameras in Michigan. Just to give you an idea of how bad these storms are. Oh, yeah. This is probably... Let's see if we see any lightning here. It might be... Oh, yeah. There you go. Look at how... Yeah. The lightning is like almost constant. Look at that. You can almost read by it. So that's strobe lightning for you. So these storms are pretty intense. And really intense storms going on over there for sure. So, and you can see there's a tornado watch in effect for this whole area here. And it looks like we might actually have a tornado warning. Let's see what that is over there. I'm going to put observations up on the screen, and we're going to go to look at, look at these wind gusts. Holy crap, 61 miles an hour at Muskegon right now. So these storms mean business. They're coming in. They mean business. And let's just take... So it looks like we got a lot of straight line winds, 50 gusts over 60 miles an hour. But let's just do the weather warnings here. There is a tornado warning in effect for this area right here. So severe thunderstorm warning, a tornado warning in effect for northern Ottawa, southwestern end. So this is a really nasty storm right over here in this area right here. Muskegon, this general area right here, just getting hammered right now. And you can see behind, look at these strong winds behind the front. So this is a very strong cold front that is moving. And this is almost reminds me of a derecho type situation that we're seeing right now. Really, really, this is what we're gonna have to watch out for. So if we go to the Storm Prediction Center, you see, go to today first. You'll see you got that enhanced risk over the Great Lakes in Michigan. But look what happens as we get into tomorrow. The western parts of our area are put in a marginal risk. Look at the moderate risk over there. And I go to day 3. We are in a slight risk on Saturday. So Saturday could be pretty interesting. This is what we're going to have to watch out for, obviously. As far as in our area right now, the conditions are we have a lot of humidity in the air. Look at 63, dew point 6 in the low 60s. It's very muggy. It's warm out there. Very unusual for May to have this kind of mugginess already, but this is what we're seeing now as the climate is changing. Looks like we got dense fog advisories in effect as well. Just going over our high temperatures today. A little bit warmer with that sunshine, low 70s pretty much across the area. Let's look at rainfall for the past 24 hours. And where those showers hit in Jersey, some areas got a little more rain. That one spot there, we're reporting 0.90. But for the most part, not a whole lot of additional rain, except for Suffolk County. Suffolk County wound up getting a lot of heavier rain last night. And they got an additional around an inch in some of these areas. So additional half inch to the inch of rain there in some of these areas in Suffolk County, particularly east of the William Floyd. Yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. Let's go to the models here. We'll talk about what's going to be happening. Now I'll go to the Eastern U.S. view to give us a little closer look. Go to the European model. And so here's that line. Now, fortunately for us, it looks like it weakens it. By the time it gets here, it weakens it. It moves into more stable air. I wouldn't be so sure of that. All right. I think some parts of area may be affected. Tomorrow we have that just marginal risk mainly to the west, but it is on Saturday. That's more of a concern. That's when the actual cold front moves through, and we could see. I don't see a V in the isobars, which is good, but there are some. We have a very warm, humid air mass, unseasonably warm, humid air mass, and then we have a very strong cold front coming through behind it. So that is what that is the concern. So let's go to the. I don't think this gives us the Cape levels, does it? I don't think this does. I'm pretty sure this doesn't. Yeah, no, we don't get that with this. But if I go to the HRRR, we can kind of look at that. So first showing you dew points and wind flow so you get an idea of what we have to worry about. So obviously dew points are very high. They're going to be high tomorrow. Light winds. But very high dew points, well into the mid to upper 60s. So unusually humid weather that we're seeing. Unusually humid weather. You'll see here as we head into Saturday that humidity, we have a south wind, that humidity kind of stays around. But then here comes the front. This only goes as far as Jersey Sunday, but here's the front. And you can see that front moving through later toward the day. So the later that front is, the slower it is, the more likelihood we're going to see some severe weather out of it. All right. Temperatures tomorrow. Tomorrow, those temperatures, inland, they're going to be warmer, probably well into the 70s for us. Similar to where we were today, I think, low 70s. And then you see, almost looks like a little cool area right here. That can be an area of thunderstorm activity. And then not cooling down much at night, another muggy night. And then Saturday is going to be a lot warmer. Probably above 80 in Jersey, probably 75 to 80 on Long Island. So you have the fuel there for the thunderstorms. Let's look at SB and Cape, and let's look at the Cape levels here for tomorrow. Really nice in Pennsylvania. Not so great over. There is some of it gets into New Jersey tomorrow. Not really looking that impressive. Let's look at Saturday. We have some Cape on Saturday. So that is looking. So Saturday is the day that I'm a little more concerned about. As far as this goes. So let's go look at what the HRRR is generating in terms of thunderstorm activity, what it's doing with this line, first of all. And it kind of just has the line just kind of fall apart. Maybe we get some remnants of it, middle of the day perhaps. Looks like, but look, it still looks like it brings some heavy showers and thunderstorms to maybe southern New Jersey. Kind of just gets shunted off to the southwest a little bit, it looks like. And then we have another area here coming in. That area looks. Here's another. This could be another line of severe weather now moving north through Ohio. This could be another squall line that moves through now. Saturday doesn't really develop. It does develop. It only develops very scattered activity. But let's move this over to the NAM. Now, I don't have the full 0Z NAM in, but we'll go ahead and look at the 18Z. 18Z NAM. And we'll talk about that. So, let's look at the... we're at the radar simulation, so let's go and look at that. Here's tomorrow, and again, it shows that complex. In the early afternoon, there may be some thunderstorm activity scattered around. Doesn't look too severe. And then on Saturday, not really showing anything. But just because the model's not showing anything doesn't mean I don't think anything is going to happen. Let's look at the HDRPS, the other model we have, which always usually is a different point of view of things. Look at that. That's pretty close to what's going on right now. Look at that. So you can see that slug of heavy rain and thunderstorm activity. Mainly Ocean County on southward gets affected by that. So for the rest of us, we don't really see anything. The next batch, here's the next batch for Saturday. It does pop something up, something severe just to our north, early afternoon. That's as far as it goes. So there are potentials there. Saturday's looking like the better day to see that potential. Let's look at the HRRR model here. I'm at the Ventu Sky model. And we'll go ahead and we'll look at the thunderstorm on the Cape. Move this to tomorrow. And there's some pretty decent Cape levels off to the west. I don't think Long Island gets anything tomorrow because, again, we have that south flow that tends to keep us cooler. A stable marine layer. There could be some fog around that might help. But you don't always count on that because water temperatures are above normal. We're already in the mid-50s water temperatures, and things may not weaken as fast as these models think they will. So it's got to be on the lookout. But it's Saturday, the day that I'm a little more concerned about. The Cape moves closer to us. We have more of a southwesterly flow, more warmth, and instead of the usual model for skies, I'm going to be using this just to show you what we have going on. So tomorrow, you see, it does have plenty of clouds around. Doesn't really have a whole lot of breaks in the clouds. This particular model here, the HRRR. But as we get to Saturday, there are more breaks in the clouds, and especially off to the west, and that can allow for some heating, for sure. So it all depends on how much sunshine you get. There's a whole bunch of things tomorrow. Probably not looking like we're going to see as much sunshine. Let's just go back to Tropical Tidbits and take a look at the RGEM for skies for tomorrow. So RGEM showing that again, but I think we will have a similar today. Toward later in the afternoon, we'll get some peaks of sun. All right, but it's Saturday that we'll see a little more sun, so toward the afternoon. At least that's what it's showing here. And then once we get this out of the way, we'll have nicer weather for Sunday. But I'm not going to talk about that now. So that's pretty much this update here. So just pay attention to the radar. Things could get active tomorrow. Probably not for Long Island, but if you're in New Jersey, yeah, you might see some more interesting weather, especially the southern half of the state.